without a shadow of a doubt that Frenchtown is one of the pioneering communities, African American communities in the state, because you know this is Tallahassee's old Florida, and Florida basically was during the earlier years was from Jacksonville to Pensacola, this being midway, and so a lot of African Americans and a lot of, if you look at the history of after the emancipation, and you see the migration of a lot of the slaves came to Florida from South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, because I guess Florida has always been known to be the better African American state, because you know African Americans are primarily from the South because of the slavery, and that's where slavery was in the South. So Florida was always, I guess, considered to be one of the places, the best places to be, rather than being Alabama, Mississippi, where they would just kill blacks for no reason at all. So a lot of migration from the other southern states came to Florida, and of course, if you look at the history of African Americans in Pensacola, you'll see the same kind of thing, except most of the ones that settled in that area were from the Mississippi, Louisiana area. But we want to think that Frenchtown itself, being a residential and commercial, and it was a town within a town. It was a black town in Lamb County. So it has a lot of rich history in it, and what's left of it, we are trying to work with the city to preserve that. So it can be a testament like the Auburn Street district is in Atlanta, and like Bourbon Street is to New Orleans, and what's the strip in Memphis? I can't remember the name as I speak, but as it is in Memphis, Tennessee, there are, you know, African Americans played such a significant history in this country, and many of our communities have been just thrown away. And we got the Birmingham movement, where they've done a lot of restoration in Birmingham, Alabama, because a lot of the civil rights went on. But in Florida, Tallahassee was really the center of civil rights. And there were things that happened in St. Augustine's and in other towns, but if you really truly look at the civil rights movement, it happened right here. And I guess because of the Capitol and the Reverend C.K. Steele and his connection to Martin Luther King, and they were personal friends and families were friends. And so, in all of the civil rights movement, all the plans for civil rights were planned right here in Frenchtown. Mostly on Macomb Street at the Large Hall, but this is where it all happened. And so we as African Americans, we need to preserve as much of this town, Frenchtown, as we can, because there's so many memories and so many families that are connected to this community are from this area.
Alexis Roberts McMillan. I was named for my father, Howard Alexander Roberts. And so I don't tell what the H is, but it's not Howard. And I've been in Frenchtown as what I call a child of Frenchtown. During the 60s and 70s, 80s, now we're here at 2014. My mother is a pharmacist. She is Geraldine D. Roberts. She and I are here in Economy Drugstore now. The Economy Drugstore has been in our family here in Frenchtown since 1951. My parents have always tried to instill in me and my siblings a sense of pride about Frenchtown, and I do have a lot of pride about Frenchtown. I can remember a time of being segregated as a child, but it didn't seem like that because the things that we all did with the people here in Frenchtown, or the one or two people who had businesses outside of Frenchtown, and these were all people of color for the most part. The place where I got my hair done was right next door to the drugstore. My father's barber shop was down the street. The restaurant that we might get a sandwich after school was around the corner. Our shoes were repaired at a cobbler who was around the corner. The insurance man was 2 doors down. The black DJ, who was the only black DJ in Tallahassee, had a record shop in the area. The grocery store was around the corner. We didn't have the chain stores that we have now. We had independently owned businesses. The dry cleaner was a black dry cleaner. The idea that we being black people, I guess, or people in this neighborhood, let illicit drug use come into I still get antsy and very, very loud when people might just hang outside. Crack is something that is horrible. Why we can't see that, I don't understand. And to know that it's something that just ruins a family, a person, or people who are involved with it, and we just perpetuate, or we let it be perpetuated. I don't understand that. I'm not sure, but it does seem that when there were more and more illicit drug users who would find their way into this area, you'd have more and more businesses to close.